to Cosmos and Chthonia, and a little introduction to Fran and I. I'm Michael.
And I am Fran, short for Franziska.
Yes. And we are both sidereal astrologists, no, Fran?
Yeah, we totally are, yeah. But from different viewpoints, yeah. Just as like our places of living and yeah, we are in this sense quite opposites that are joining together to create or co-create this podcast. So I'm originally from Switzerland and I'm now living in Thailand.
I am originally from Pennsylvania, United States, where I live today, having traveled and come back. So opposite sides of the world. We're 12 hours apart, 11 hours apart. Yeah, and it's a wonderful balance. And I think it was inspired by our personal conversations that we kind of wanted to bring this out, and we hope this will interest and hold value for others. You practice heliocentric astrology, Fran. Why don't you sort of say a little about that?
A little bit, okay. Well, most people, they know the geocentric, yeah, as viewed from Earth, and put the Earth into the center of a chart, and heliocentric astrology puts the sun into the center, and with that we see also how all the planets actually move around the sun on their orbits, and therefore we can also observe the Earth and see what relationships the Earth is forming within the solar system.
Yes, and I practice sidereal astrology, but in a constellational style, aka true sidereal. That's what most people know it as in the circles I find myself in. I'm also an evolutionary astrologer in the lineage of Jeffrey Wolf Green, which was passed down to me directly through Mark Jones at the Pluto School. So, yeah, friend, we both started following astrology pretty early, right? Like I was in my teens when I started to pay attention. It's tropical, of course, but you similarly, right?
Yes, it's also, I had a mentor. I was also in my late teens, and yeah, and as you, tropical first, and sometime later we have all our revelations, especially if we start to look at the actual sky and discover that what we all thought should be the same isn't. And so other journey had to start.
Yes. Yeah, the story of my astro journey is on my website, which is oneskyastro.com. I have an about me page, so I don't want to revisit that here, but there'll be a link in the description to my website. And Fran, you also publish wonderful material. Why don't you say something?
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I do have a website as well. It is faempowerment.com. So I have a blog there. I have a lot of information about the planets, about the signs, or better said, also the constellations. And I do not use the 13 sign astrology, but I also use the constellations, and at times many more than those around the zodiac. So there is a lot of information on my website about all these things.
Wonderful.
And I have to add, even though we have a different perspective in geocentric and heliocentric, astrology, we still, the planets are the same and the stars are the same. So
right. We're talking a little about the same thing, just from different perspectives.
yes, exactly.
And through the lens of astrology, viewed through the lens of astrology, you and I have had such expansive conversations about the patterns of life and evolution. And I think that this project arose just wanting to bring that out to the public, bring it to people who use astrology in their lives and to other astrologers. And Fran and I intend to share our discoveries with free content for the public, and also more in-depth content for subscribers, tools, resources, and just the real marrow of the topics that we pick up. So please check us out at patreon.com/cosmos_Chthonia. So we have as mentioned, we have these really kind of expansive and inspiring conversations, Fran. And I think that most of them focus on like history and technology, mythology, discoveries, science, astronomy, especially geometry. Your familiarity with sacred geometry is like on par with your star knowledge. It's so wonderful. What else might we talk about? I don't know what spirituality means, but we might talk about spirituality. Who knows? What do you think, Fran?
Well, I like to mention our subtitle actually. So it's Deep Astrology and Beyond. And I think it's that beyond, it just leaves space for whatever,
Yeah.
and it leaves also space to explore and just to share thoughts, maybe not always just so linear, but just something that can inspire. It may trigger, it may it may go wherever, and what we conclude may not be what other people feel about, but it's not about we are presenting and that's how it is. No, it's also this interaction and trying to find out, because I think that's the quality of time we are in right now, right? It is, things are shaken up, and just sometimes we don't know where we stand, right? And so there is a expansion within that of thought form and possibilities.
That's lovely. Yeah, thank you. Of all the topics that we may approach, I think the only limitations that you and I have placed on any of this, Fran, is we may explore political patterns when those are relevant, but we don't have any political stance or affiliations, and we're not espousing any politics. That's this isn't going to tick that box if that's what you're looking for out there. And we may talk about religious trends and movements, but also from a very neutral standpoint. Neither of us are religious people. We're both pretty neutral on those topics. We're astrologers, and this is Deep Astrology and Beyond.
Exactly, and we both want to share. We also want to help, but we both like to help the people to help themselves, and therefore it's a co-creation here. And from this spirit, we would like to invite you all to embark with us on this journey into the unknown.
Oh, that's it. That's it. I love how you put it, Fran, that we're not trying to place ourselves on a knowledgeable pedestal and make pronouncements and professions, but we're on a journey. And it's such a beautiful journey that we just want to invite everybody along. So please join us. Please do.